Would you like to see a trick? So, you could have put these down anywhere that you wanted, right? But you chose a certain spot. Okay, so this is done using a wand and your imagination. I'm going to take an invisible ball out of the air. Do you see that? And then you'd be able to see it. For the first time, what was your number? Not the card, just the number. This isn't your card, but it's not supposed to be your card, because I'm not doing the trick, you're doing the trick. And you're going to be the only person in the world who knows what card you're thinking of, because you're the only one who knows what number you're thinking of. You could have put these down anywhere that you want, right? That is perfect. That is perfect. This is all you. And that is... Now, your card that you were remembering, remember, you are the only person in the world who knew what card you were thinking of. And see, I'm not doing anything funny. You didn't see it, but it happened. That's the magic. Okay, so this is done using a wand and your imagination. It's strange. It's strange to you. This is actually pretty normal.
I don't want my daughter labeled as a freak.
They sound like cool parents.
Oh, cool, nothing.
He was looking at me.
What we need to do, Abigail, is to find a direction that we can point her.
She doesn't want to do anything, Doctor.
Abby! Rachel! I have great news!
He was the only one moving. I don't know who he was. He just started walking.
Hey, Abby? Yeah? Thanks for being such a good friend. Did you hear that? Hear what? That voice. What voice?
It's a manifestation of Abigail's grief.
And her emotions may come forth in ways that seem strange to you.
I think speechless might be more the word for Abby at the moment. 1, 2, 3.
Would you like to see a trick?
4, 5. My dad was always hounding me about my homework. 6.
He's disappointed.
Abigail's it! It's drawing again.
What would be not an easy thing for anyone else to deal with?
He was Rachel's hero.
I just lost my father. He was in the military. Around the same time, my psychiatrist, Dr. Lane, he lost his niece and nephew in an accidental drowning.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No!
Not too fast! Not too fast! No!
I remember when we used to play that when we were little. We were so young. Excuse me? We are not that old. You make us sound like dinosaurs. I remember my mother used to tell me, girl, you better get your butt indoors before the streetlights come on. Oh yeah, my parents would flip if I was out past the sun going down. We lived in a cul-de-sac, and yet my mother acted like we were in downtown Chicago or something. All of our parents were only trying to protect us.
Wait, no, wait!
No!
From who? The boogeyman?
Ethan's it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are you drawing again? Drawing again? Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
No, you're coming with me. You'll have fun, I promise. Let's go. Come on. Abigail's it.
Whatever.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This isn't happening, this isn't happening, this isn't happening, this isn't happening.
Abigail? Abigail.
Huh.
Can you tell me again what happened? Any slight things you might have noticed? Any colors?
We were all playing.
You mean you and your friends? And did you notice anything unusual? Keep going.
We were just playing. It was my turn again to count.
And then what happened?
I closed my eyes. And once I opened them, everyone was just frozen.
Frozen? What do you mean by frozen?
Everyone was just standing still.
You mean they just were moving around and then they all stopped? You mean like they were playing and then it was like somebody hit a pause on a movie? Or like you were playing freeze tag? What about your mom? Did you notice her or her friend?
I don't know. I didn't see them.
Would you like to see a trick?
I guess.
Okay, so this is done using a wand and your imagination. I'm going to take an invisible ball out of the air. Do you see that? Now that's because you have an imagination. Now if you didn't have an imagination, that's where we would use the wand and we'd go like this, and we'd go like that, and we'd go like this, and then you'd be able to see it. Now it's a special ball because every time I tap like this, it disappears and comes under my arm. I can keep doing it, and every time I tap, it comes back under my arm. The thing is, if I cross my hands, it doubles. Now, I want you to hold out your hand like this. I'm going to take one. You're going to take one. Close your hand. Don't let anything in or out. Now, I've got some spaces between my fingers. So do you. I'm going to press so that this goes through. Now, did you feel that? Turn your hand over. Very slowly open it. Look, this is simple. It doesn't feel like it, but it's a manifestation of Abigail's grief. It's almost like a personification of it.
Maybe while she's asleep, but not while she's awake.
She was close to her father, Mrs. Barnes, like you were to her father, to your husband. Death is not an easy thing for any of us to deal with. In fact, we may be dealing with it for our whole lives. She's coping, and her emotions may come forth in ways that seem strange to you.
These episodes are getting out of hand. I don't want my daughter labeled as a freak. They were playing. I look up, and there she is, on the ground, having an episode in front of everyone. My God, I thought she was having a seizure. I was scared.
As strange as it seems to you, this is actually pretty normal. What we need to do for Abigail is to find a direction that we can point her in.
She doesn't want to do anything, Doctor, you know? She's pretty much pushed everyone away. She doesn't deserve this. She deserves happiness. We both do.
You do. You know, when I was first married, I tried my hand at cooking, and it was pretty terrible. I would just make meals for my wife and I, but time went on and she encouraged me, and gradually it got to be that I was making most of the meals. The important thing is that you keep trying.
What was it like for you and Sam? So, he wasn't that far off of being a hunk, I can tell you that. But he sure made a great husband and father. He was Rachel's hero, the daring, protective guy that any young girl would be proud to call dad.
That's so funny.
As for me,
I said shut up to a boat.
phew, that man was my Mr. Supermodel. All of the dads wanted to be him. And all the ladies, well, they just wanted him. He might not have had all the brains, but he sure knew how to keep a girl protected.
Well, my mom thought he was just the greatest. When those stores closed, it sounded like Las Vegas in that bedroom.
What, like slot machines and music?
Yeah, and the rumbling of city cars.
They sound like cool parents.
Cool nothing. My dad was always hounding me about my homework. Rachel, have you done your homework? I see that failing grade in English.
He just cared.
Oh, he cared all right. Cared about that failing grade. Jeez. And the teacher, Miss Moranis.
Oh, here I am going on and on about my late husband when I'm sure that David was quite the knight in shining armor himself.
I know.
There wasn't really anything shiny about David.
Oh
He was a great husband and father. He worked long hours and was mostly stationed at the base. He'd call, check in, see how Abigail was doing, make sure she was doing her homework. That was one of the reasons why I fell in love with him, because he knew how to love. Not by the looks, but all by the heart.
That is a bunch of trash. And I know it because she failed me on purpose. She said my paper wasn't good enough.
The book report? What'd you write it on?
I think it was like squirrels, like how to fry a squirrel with a can opener.
And then he proceeded to pour me the glass of wine, sitting on the couch, watching that scary movie. Eventually, we moved in together, got married, and years later, we brought our little Lovejoy into the world.
Hey, Abby.
Yeah?
Thanks for being such a good friend.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, it may be beautiful, but it's haunting sometimes. It's like I can still hear his voice some days. He just leans into my ear and says,
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
That voice.
What voice?
The voice that just said, hey. Was that you? Please tell me that was
Abby,
you.
I did not hear anything.
I heard you guys from all the way over there.
I'm surprised the whole park didn't hear us.
Guess what? I have great news.
At least one of us does.
My dad's art is going to be in a museum. Isn't that so cool?
Art, photography, same difference.
Abby, your mom called my dad about us doing a photo shoot together, because you love photography too. Isn't that so cool?
I think speechless might be more the word for Abby at the moment. Right, Abby?
Yeah, that's really cool.
I knew you'd like it.
Dear Abby, how are you? How's my daydreamer? Are you helping your mother? You guys walk each day by the lake that sparkles? You always called it that because the sun would shine on it when we walked by it. It was like magic, you said. It was our little salmon walk each weekend because of the fish in the lake. You were so young, though, and had such a hard time saying things. You always called it our Somonok. Your mother and I would laugh because it was so funny. You were so cute. And now you're growing up so fast. I will be there for your birthday, I promise. Just a few more months, then I'll be home, and we can celebrate. I love you, Dad.
Guess what? I have great news. My dad's art is going to be in a museum. Isn't that so cool? Abby, your mom called my dad about us doing a photo shoot together, because you love photography too. Isn't that so cool?
Okay, so this is done using a wand and your imagination. I'm going to take an invisible ball out of the air. Do you see that? Now that's because you have an imagination. Now if you didn't have an imagination, that's where we would use the wand and we'd go like this, and we'd go like that, and we'd go like this, and then you'd be able to see it. Now I've got some spaces between my fingers, so do you. I'm going to press so that this goes through. Now, did you feel that? Turn your hand over, very slowly open it.
Dr. Lane? Oh no.
Oh, hello, Abigail. It's a nice red shirt that you're wearing today. Would you like to sit down? Can show you a trick if you like. The Ace of Diamonds. Or is it?
You dropped one.
done using your wand and your imagination. I'm going to take an invisible ball out of the air. Do you see that? Now that's because you have an imagination. Now if you didn't have an imagination, that's where we would use the wand and we'd go like this, and we'd go like that, and we'd go like this, and then you'd be able to see it. Now it's a special ball because every time I tap like this, it disappears and comes under my arm. I can keep doing it, and every time I tap, it comes back under my arm. The thing is, if I cross my hands, it doubles. Now, I want you to hold out your hand like this. I'm going to take one, you're going to take one, close your hand, don't let anything in around you. Now, I've got some spaces between my fingers, so do you. I'm going to press so that this goes through. Now, did you feel that? Turn your hand over very slowly over.
Cut.